In a quiet Montana town where nothing ever changes, the sudden disappearance of Dr. Elliot Marsh, the town's trusted physician, sends shock waves through the close-knit community. One moment he's leaving work, and the next he's simply gone. A beloved doctor vanishing without a trace? In Maple Creek, that was unheard of. Dr. Marsh wasn't just a physician, he was the physician. Calm, reliable, generous. The man who treated every patient like family. At home, he was seen as soft-spoken and steady. To the town, he was a hero. But behind that polished reputation, Elliot was carrying burdens no one saw coming. On the morning after he left the clinic, his truck was found abandoned on a narrow access road. Headlights still on. Driver's door open. Keys still in the ignition. No blood. No footprints. No signs of a struggle. It suggested a sudden interruption, as if Elliot simply stepped out of his life. Initial suspicion? A random act of violence. But the scene was too clean, too controlled. Police quickly realized that Elliot's life was much more complicated than the town believed. Investigators uncovered large undocumented loans Elliot had taken from locals. Reports of heated arguments over those debts. A concerning amount of time spent with a recently divorced patient. Small cracks began to form in Elliot's perfect image. But the investigation changed completely when a hiker found Elliot's muddy cell phone 10 days later. On Elliot's recovered phone, detectives found deleted messages to someone saved only as R. The tone of the messages was panicked. "Please stop threatening me. I can't pay everything back. Meet me by the ridge. No more games." R became the investigation's obsession. Possible suspects. Rena, the divorced woman Elliot spent time with. Reed, a known local loan shark. Riley, a former employee fired under suspicious circumstances. But none of them fit perfectly, and none of them could explain why Elliot's truck was abandoned miles from town. A breakthrough came from something small. A gas station receipt crumpled in the passenger seat of Elliot's truck. The handwriting wasn't Elliot's. It was shaky, rushed, familiar. It belonged to Lila Marsh, Elliot's wife. When confronted, Lila broke down and confessed the truth that shattered Maple Creek. Elliot wasn't planning to run away with another woman. He was planning to leave his marriage. Not out of betrayal but fear. Lila's temper had grown unpredictable. Elliot felt unsafe and was secretly preparing to move out, using borrowed money to secure housing she didn't know about. When she discovered messages to R, she assumed they were romantic. But R was actually Reed, the loan shark threatening Elliot. Fueled by hurt and anger, she followed him the night he went to meet Reed. An argument, a shove, a fall, a fatal blow to the head when Elliot hit the rocks. The river carried him away. Lila didn't intend to kill him, but she did. 3 weeks later, Elliot's body was found downstream, his cause of death matching Lila's confession. She was charged with involuntary manslaughter and tampering with evidence. The community finally had answers they didn't want but needed. Maple Creek had long believed its greatest dangers came from outside its borders. Strangers, drifters, violent criminals passing through. But Elliot's death revealed a harsher truth. Sometimes the darkest crimes aren't committed by strangers, but by the people closest to us. Subscribe for more thought-provoking and insightful stories on our channel.